Bethlehem, once a land of milk and honey, was now parched and barren.
Our livelihood is withering and our family's future is threatened. We must make a difficult decision to leave our ancestral home.
With heavy hearts, Elimelech and his wife Naomi journeyed eastward, seeking refuge in the land of Moab. Along with their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, they crossed the border, leaving behind the familiar comfort of their homeland. Moab offered the promise of sustenance, a temporary haven from the harsh realities of famine. The family settled into their new life in Moab, adjusting to the customs and culture of a foreign land. While the immediate threat of starvation was alleviated, a sense of displacement lingered in their hearts. They yearned for the day when they could once again call Bethlehem home. Years passed in Moab, and the family established a new life. Elimelech, the patriarch, passed away, leaving Naomi to raise her two sons alone in a foreign land.
My sons Mahlon and Chilion have married Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. This brings a sense of belonging and connection to our family.
However, this newfound joy was short-lived. Tragedy struck again, and both Mahlon and Chilion died, leaving Naomi widowed and childless.
The deaths of my sons have shattered my world. The future I envisioned, with grandchildren and family surrounding me, is now a distant dream.
The pain of loss was a constant companion, a heavy cloak that enveloped her in its darkness. She grappled with questions of why and how, searching for meaning in the midst of her suffering. The once vibrant Naomi was now a shadow of her former self. She longed for the familiar comfort of Bethlehem, the land of her ancestors, where she could mourn her loved ones, surrounded by the memories of happier times. Word reached Naomi that the famine in Bethlehem had ended. God had visited his people, and the land was once again fruitful.
The thought of returning to Bethlehem brings a mix of emotions. Leaving Moab and the memories of my losses is daunting, but the pull of my homeland is undeniable.
Naomi began to contemplate the journey back to Bethlehem. The road ahead would be long and arduous, but the thought of returning to her homeland filled her with a sense of purpose. She imagined the familiar smells of the marketplace, the warmth of the sun on her skin, and the comforting embrace of her people. The journey would be a pilgrimage of sorts, a return to her roots. Naomi decided to return to Bethlehem. She prepared for the journey, her heart heavy with the memories of her losses, but also filled with a glimmer of hope for a new beginning. She urged her daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, to remain in Moab, to return to their families and rebuild their lives.
My dear daughters, stay here in Moab, return to your families and rebuild your lives. I do not want you to be burdened by my grief and uncertain future. Seek happiness and fulfillment in your own land, surrounded by your families and your own people.
Orpah, heartbroken but resigned, bid Naomi farewell and returned to her family. The parting was bittersweet, filled with tears and embraces. Orpah's decision was understandable, a practical choice rooted in the desire for stability and familiarity.
I cannot leave you, Naomi. My loyalty and love for you are unwavering. I have found a deep connection with you, a bond that transcends the boundaries of family and culture.
Ruth's refusal to leave Naomi's side was a testament to her unwavering loyalty and love. Together they would face the journey back to Bethlehem, bound by a bond that transcended the boundaries of family and culture. Section 5. Ruth's unwavering loyalty, a covenant of love.
Entreat me not to leave you or to return from following after you. For wherever you go, I will go, and wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God.
These words were a covenant of love, a testament to the depth of their bond. Ruth's commitment to Naomi was not merely a sense of duty or obligation, it was a profound expression of love and devotion, a choice made freely and without hesitation. She chose to share Naomi's destiny, to embrace her joys and sorrows, and to face the uncertainties of the future together. Her loyalty was a beacon of hope in Naomi's darkest hour. Ruth's decision to follow Naomi was a courageous act of faith. Section 6. A bitter return. Naomi's transformation into Mara. Naomi and Ruth arrived in Bethlehem, weary from their journey but filled with a sense of anticipation.
The women of Bethlehem greeted them with a mix of curiosity and compassion. They recognized Naomi, the woman who had left their community years ago, seeking refuge from the famine.
Naomi, however, was not the same woman who had left Bethlehem. The weight of her losses had transformed her.
She asked to be called Mara, meaning bitter, reflecting the deep sorrow that had consumed her.
The women of Bethlehem embraced Naomi and Ruth, offering them shelter and support. They recognized the pain that Naomi carried and sought to comfort her. They admired Ruth's loyalty and welcomed her into their community. Naomi's bitterness was a natural response to the profound losses she had endured. Section 7. Echoes of Ruth's loyalty in modern life. The story of Ruth's loyalty resonates deeply in modern life. We see echoes of her unwavering devotion in the countless acts of kindness and selflessness that occur every day. From the friend who offers a shoulder to cry on to the family member who provides unwavering support during times of crisis, Ruth's legacy lives on in the bonds of love and loyalty that connect us. In a world that often prioritizes individual achievement and self-interest, Ruth's story reminds us of the importance of putting others first. Her willingness to sacrifice her own comfort and security for the sake of another is a powerful example of the transformative power of empathy and compassion. Ruth's loyalty is a timeless virtue that transcends cultural and societal boundaries. It is a reminder that we are all interconnected and that our individual well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of others. Section 8. The power of faith in the face of adversity. The story of Ruth is a testament to the power of faith in the face of adversity. Both Naomi and Ruth faced unimaginable losses, yet they persevered, clinging to the hope of a better future. Naomi's initial bitterness was a natural response to her grief, but it did not ultimately define her. She eventually found solace and support in the community of Bethlehem, and her faith was rekindled. Ruth's faith was equally remarkable. She left behind everything she knew, trusting that God would guide her steps. Her unwavering loyalty to Naomi was an act of faith, a belief that love and compassion could overcome any obstacle. Her faith was rewarded with a new family, a new home, and a place in the lineage of Jesus Christ. Section 9. Embracing New Beginnings, Lessons from Naomi and Ruth. The story of Naomi and Ruth offers valuable lessons about embracing new beginnings. Both women faced the daunting task of rebuilding their lives after profound loss. They demonstrated the courage to let go of the past, to adapt to new circumstances, and to embrace the possibilities that lay before them. Naomi's return to Bethlehem was a symbolic new beginning. She returned to the land of her ancestors, but she was not the same woman who had left. She had been transformed by her experiences, and she embraced her new identity as Mara, a woman who had faced bitterness but had also found resilience. Ruth's new beginning was even more dramatic. She left behind everything she knew to embrace a new culture, a new family, and a new faith. She became an integral part of the Bethlehem community, a testament to the power of embracing change. Section 10. The Enduring Legacy of Ruth, a testament to love and loyalty. The story of Ruth has endured for centuries, inspiring countless generations with its message of love, loyalty, and the power of the human spirit. Ruth's unwavering devotion to Naomi, her willingness to sacrifice everything for the sake of another, has become a symbol of true friendship and the enduring strength of human connection. Ruth's legacy extends beyond her personal relationship with Naomi. She became an ancestor of King David and ultimately of Jesus Christ. Her story is a reminder that even the most unlikely individuals can play a significant role in shaping history. Her life is a testament to the power of faith, loyalty, and the enduring impact of a single act of kindness. The Book of Ruth is a timeless story that continues to resonate with readers of all ages and backgrounds. Section 11. Finding Strength in Unexpected Places, Kinship and Community. The story of Ruth highlights the importance of kinship and community in times of adversity. Both Naomi and Ruth found strength and support in the community of Bethlehem. The women of the town welcomed them, offered them shelter, and helped them to rebuild their lives. Naomi, initially consumed by bitterness, found solace in the familiar faces and comforting rituals of her homeland. Ruth, a foreigner in a strange land, found acceptance and belonging in the Bethlehem community. The women welcomed her with open arms, embracing her as one of their own. The story of Ruth reminds us that we are not meant to face life's challenges alone.
The story of Ruth begins with a backdrop of hardship and loss. Naomi, her husband Elimelech, and their 2 sons had left their home in Bethlehem due to famine, seeking refuge in the land of Moab. Tragedy struck when Elimelech passed away, leaving Naomi with her 2 sons. In time, both sons married Moabite women Orpah and Ruth. After 10 years, both sons also died, leaving 3 widows in a foreign land.
I have decided to return to Bethlehem. You both should stay here in Moab. Return to your families and rebuild your lives.
Orpah tearfully bid Naomi farewell and returned to her people. Ruth, however, clung to Naomi, refusing to leave her side.
Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God.
Ruth's decision to leave her homeland and embrace an unknown future with Naomi is a testament to her character. Arriving in Bethlehem, Naomi and Ruth faced the harsh reality of their impoverished situation. With no husband or sons to provide for them, they relied on the kindness of the community and the ancient practice of gleaning.
I will go to the fields and glean among the ears of grain. Perhaps someone will show me favor.
Ruth, determined to support herself and Naomi, rose early each morning and went to the fields to glean. She worked tirelessly under the scorching sun, picking up the fallen stalks of barley. As Ruth gleaned in the fields, she unknowingly stepped onto the land belonging to Boaz, a wealthy and respected kinsman of Naomi's deceased husband. This seemingly chance encounter would prove to be a pivotal moment in their lives. Ruth's dedication to providing for Naomi is a powerful example of her strong work ethic and her unwavering loyalty. Her actions demonstrate a spirit of resilience and a deep commitment to caring for her mother-in-law. Her story is a reminder that even in the most challenging circumstances, hope and provision can be found. Boaz, a kinsman of Naomi's deceased husband, Elimelech, was a man of prominence and respect in Bethlehem. He was known for his wealth, but more importantly for his kindness and integrity.
The Lord be with you.
As a landowner, Boaz held a position of authority and influence within the community. His actions reflected a deep understanding of his responsibilities and a commitment to upholding the principles of justice and compassion. Boaz's character and standing within the community set the stage for his encounter with Ruth. His reputation as a kind and righteous man foreshadowed the role he would play in the lives of Ruth and Naomi. As Ruth diligently gleaned in the fields, she happened upon the portion of land belonging to Boaz. Boaz, upon arriving in his fields, noticed Ruth among the gleaners and inquired about her.
Whose young woman is this?
She is the Moabite who came back with Naomi from the country of Moab. She asked to glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvesters.
Boaz, impressed by her loyalty to her mother-in-law and her willingness to work hard, saw in her a woman of strength, humility, and integrity. Boaz approached Ruth with kindness and respect, extending a warm welcome and offering her protection and provision.
Listen, my daughter, do not go and glean in another field or leave this one, but keep close to my young women.
He instructed his men to leave extra grain for her to glean and to ensure her safety and comfort while she worked in his fields. This unexpected meeting between Ruth and Boaz marked a turning point in their lives. Boaz's kindness and generosity offered a glimmer of hope for Ruth and Naomi, suggesting a brighter future ahead.
I am deeply humbled by your generosity, my lord. I never expected such kindness, especially as a foreigner in your land.
Ruth bowed low before Boaz, expressing her surprise and appreciation for his kindness.
You are highly respected within this community, and I feel so unworthy of your favor.
Her humility and sincerity touched Boaz's heart.
Ruth, I acknowledge the sacrifices you have made and your unwavering loyalty to Naomi. You have sought refuge under the wings of the God of Israel.
Boaz commended her and reassured her of his protection.
Do not worry, Ruth. You have my promise that I will provide for your needs.
Their interaction was marked by mutual respect and a deep understanding of each other's circumstances. Boaz saw in Ruth a woman of strength and virtue, while Ruth recognized Boaz as a man of integrity and compassion. This foundation of respect and understanding laid the groundwork for a deeper connection that would unfold in the days to come. Boaz extended his generosity beyond kind words, offering Ruth practical provision and protection.
Ruth, please join us for a meal. Eat and drink as much as you need.
He invited her to share a meal with him and his workers, ensuring she had enough to eat and drink.
To my men, treat Ruth with respect and protect her from any harm or harassment while she gleans in our fields.
Boaz instructed his men to ensure her safety.
Let some grain fall on purpose for her to gather. Make sure she has an abundant harvest.
This act of discreet generosity demonstrated Boaz's sensitivity and his desire to help Ruth without causing her embarrassment or shame. Boaz's actions went beyond the requirements of the gleaning laws. He actively sought to provide for Ruth and Naomi, demonstrating a deep sense of compassion and a commitment to caring for the vulnerable. His concern for Ruth's well-being extended beyond material provision, offering her protection from potential dangers.
Naomi, you won't believe the kindness Boaz has shown me today. He provided so much and treated me with such respect.
Ruth, my dear, this is wonderful news. Boaz is not just a generous man, he is a kinsman redeemer. He has the potential to restore our family's lineage and secure our future.
Naomi, having experienced the bitterness of loss and hardship, clung to the hope of redemption. She understood the cultural customs and laws of Israel, including the role of a kinsman redeemer.
Ruth, you should approach Boaz with wisdom and prudence. This could be a path towards security and restoration for our family. Trust in God's provision and follow my guidance.
Naomi's wisdom and guidance played a crucial role in shaping the unfolding story. Her understanding of the cultural context and her faith in God's providence helped to position Ruth and herself for the blessings that were to come. Her role in the story highlights the importance of mentorship and the power of wisdom passed down through generations. Naomi saw in Boaz's kindness a glimmer of hope for a brighter future for herself and Ruth. Boaz, deeply impressed by Ruth's character and loyalty, continued to show her favor. He ensured she was protected and provided for while she gleaned in his fields.
Ruth, you are welcome to glean in my fields. I have instructed my workers to leave extra for you. Stay close to my servant girls and you will be safe.
His actions went beyond mere courtesy, hinting at a deeper interest in Ruth and a willingness to take on the role of a kinsman redeemer. The concept of a kinsman redeemer was a crucial aspect of ancient Israelite law and custom. It involved a close relative taking on the responsibility of caring for a deceased relative's family, including marrying the widow and restoring the family's inheritance. Boaz, as a kinsman of Naomi's deceased husband, was in a position to fulfill this role. Boaz's actions towards Ruth began to cast a shadow of redemption over their lives. His generosity and protectiveness hinted at a willingness to go beyond mere kindness and fulfill the role of a kinsman redeemer. This possibility offered a glimmer of hope for Ruth and Naomi, a chance to restore their family's lineage and secure their future. As the harvest season drew to a close, Naomi encouraged Ruth to make a bold move, following a custom that would bring their situation to Boaz's attention in a direct yet respectful manner.
Naomi, I will do as you say. I trust your guidance and wisdom.
Ruth, following Naomi's instructions, approached Boaz at the threshing floor. This act, laden with cultural significance, was a direct appeal to Boaz to consider his role as a kinsman redeemer.
Ruth, you have shown great kindness by coming to me. I will do everything you ask, for all the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character.
Boaz's response to Ruth's action was one of honor and commitment. He acknowledged his responsibility as a kinsman redeemer and pledged to fulfill his duty. He recognized Ruth's virtue and her loyalty to Naomi, and he embraced the opportunity to restore their family's lineage and provide for their future. This pivotal moment at the threshing floor marked a turning point in the story. It solidified Boaz's commitment to Ruth and Naomi and paved the way for their redemption. The story of Ruth and Boaz is a timeless tale of kindness, providence, and redemption. It highlights the importance of loyalty, hard work, and faith in the face of adversity. Ruth's unwavering devotion to Naomi, her willingness to embrace a new culture and a new faith, serves as an inspiration to us all. Boaz's compassion, generosity, and adherence to the laws of his faith demonstrate the transformative power of kindness and integrity. His willingness to take on the role of a kinsman redeemer exemplifies the importance of caring for the vulnerable and upholding the principles of justice and compassion. The story of Ruth and Boaz reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Their journey demonstrates that through faith, perseverance and kindness, even the most challenging circumstances can be transformed into opportunities for growth, healing and redemption. The story of Ruth and Boaz is a testament to the power of divine providence. Their seemingly chance encounter, the subtle workings of fate, and the ultimate redemption they found all point to a higher power at work in their lives. Their story encourages us to trust in God's plan, even when the path ahead seems uncertain.
The story of Ruth and Boaz is a timeless tale of love, loyalty and redemption set against the backdrop of ancient Israel. It begins with Naomi, a woman grappling with loss, and Ruth, her Moabite daughter-in-law, bound to her by an unwavering devotion.
I have lost my husband and both my sons, leaving me and my daughters-in-law widowed and vulnerable in a foreign land.
Ruth's decision to stay with Naomi, even after her own husband's death, marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi transcended cultural boundaries and demonstrated the depth of their relationship.
I will follow you back to your homeland, Bethlehem, forsaking my own family and embracing an uncertain future.
This act of devotion set the stage for a series of events that would forever change both their lives. Ruth's commitment to Naomi was not merely a familial obligation, but a testament to the power of love and loyalty.
Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God.
Naomi and Ruth, two widows, journeyed back to Bethlehem, facing an unknown future. They relied on each other for support, their bond strengthening amidst their shared grief. Ruth's unwavering commitment to Naomi offered a glimmer of hope in their desolate circumstances.
We must stay strong, Ruth. Together we will find a way.
The journey to Bethlehem was not just a physical one, it was a journey of hope, a search for belonging and a new beginning. The women arrived in Bethlehem during the barley harvest, a time of both abundance and vulnerability for those without a male provider. The harvest represented a chance for sustenance, but also highlighted the precariousness of their position.
The harvest season holds both promise and uncertainty for us.
For Ruth and Naomi, it was a time of hope, but also a time of great need. Naomi, burdened by her losses and concerned for Ruth's future, devised a plan to secure her daughter-in-law's well-being. She instructed Ruth to go to the threshing floor of Boaz, a wealthy kinsman, and present herself to him. This act, though culturally unconventional, offered a potential pathway to security for Ruth in a patriarchal society.
Ruth, you must go to the threshing floor tonight. Present yourself to Boaz. He is our kinsman and might act as a guardian redeemer for you.
Naomi, drawing upon her understanding of societal customs, hoped that Boaz would act as a guardian redeemer for Ruth. Naomi's instructions to Ruth were detailed and specific, reflecting the delicate nature of the situation.
Approach him with modesty and respect. Wait until he has finished eating and drinking, then uncover his feet and lie down. He will tell you what to do.
This plan, though daring, represented Naomi's desperate attempt to provide for Ruth's future. Naomi's guidance was a blend of wisdom and desperation, a calculated risk driven by love and concern.
Trust me, Ruth, this is our best hope.
The threshing floor, a place of activity and abundance, served as the backdrop for this pivotal encounter. It was a place where grain was separated from chaff, symbolizing the separation of fate from circumstance.
Boaz will recognize your worth, Ruth. I believe in you.
Naomi's plan hinged on the hope that Boaz would recognize Ruth's worth and extend his protection. The threshing floor became a stage where Ruth's destiny would unfold. Naomi's plan was not without risk. It required Ruth to display a level of boldness that could be misinterpreted.
I will do as you say, Naomi. Our future depends on it.
However, the potential rewards outweighed the risks. Ruth's future depended on the success of this daring plan. The weight of their shared future rested on Ruth's shoulders. Under the cover of night, Ruth made her way to the threshing floor, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and hope. Following Naomi's instructions, she approached Boaz as he slept near the harvested grain. This act, though unconventional, was rooted in the customs of the time, appealing to the responsibility of a kinsman to care for vulnerable relatives.
Please let this work, for Naomi's sake and mine.
Ruth's presence at the threshing floor was a bold act of courage and vulnerability. Boaz awoke to find Ruth at his feet, a gesture of supplication and trust. He was startled but not angered by her presence. Instead, he responded with kindness and respect, recognizing her courage and desperation.
Who are you?
I am Ruth, your servant. Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a guardian redeemer of our family.
Boaz's character was immediately evident in his compassionate response to Ruth's unexpected appearance. Boaz inquired about Ruth's identity and her intentions.
You have shown great loyalty to Naomi. Do not be afraid. I will do for you all you ask.
Ruth, with humility and sincerity, explained her situation and appealed to his sense of duty as a kinsman redeemer. She acknowledged his position of power and placed her trust in his goodwill.
Thank you, Boaz. Your kindness means everything to us.
This encounter at the threshing floor marked a turning point in both their lives. Boaz, impressed by Ruth's loyalty to Naomi and her courageous act, responded with generosity and a promise of protection.
May you be blessed, Ruth. I will ensure your safety and well-being.
He commended her for seeking refuge under his wings and assured her of his commitment to her well-being. This initial encounter laid the foundation for a relationship built on mutual respect and admiration.
Rest here until morning. I will take care of everything.
And so the seeds of a new beginning were sown on the threshing floor under the watchful eyes of a compassionate redeemer and a courageous woman.
The concept of the guardian redeemer was a deeply ingrained aspect of ancient Israelite culture. This individual, typically a close male relative, held the responsibility of protecting the vulnerable members of his family, particularly widows and orphans.
They was expected to provide for their needs, redeem their property, and even marry a childless widow to ensure the continuation of the family line. The role of the guardian redeemer was not merely a social custom, but a divinely ordained responsibility.
It reflected a deep understanding of community and the importance of caring for those in need. They acted as a safety net, ensuring the well-being of those who had lost their primary protectors. This system provided a vital framework for social justice and stability within the community.
He was expected to act with integrity and compassion, upholding the values of righteousness and justice. He was not merely fulfilling a legal obligation, but demonstrating a commitment to the well-being of his family and the wider community.
Boaz's willingness to act as Ruth's redeemer showcased his noble character and his adherence to these principles. The institution of this served as a crucial safeguard against poverty and exploitation, ensuring that vulnerable individuals were not left destitute.
It provided a mechanism for maintaining social order and preserving family legacies within the Israelite community. Ruth's appeal to Boaz as her highlighted the importance of this institution in protecting the vulnerable.
Boaz's response to Ruth's plea revealed his noble character and his adherence to the principles of kindness and compassion. He not only offered her protection, but also ensured her physical well-being, providing her with food and a place to rest.
His actions demonstrated a genuine concern for her welfare, extending beyond mere legal obligation. Boaz's kindness towards Ruth was evident in his gentle words and thoughtful gestures.
He treated her with respect and dignity, acknowledging her vulnerability without taking advantage of her situation. His behavior set him apart as a man of integrity and compassion.
Boaz went beyond the minimum requirements of a kinsman redeemer. He instructed his workers to treat Ruth with courtesy and to provide her with extra grain. This act of generosity demonstrated his commitment to ensuring her sustenance and protecting her from potential harm.
Boaz's actions reflected his deep-seated belief in the importance of caring for the vulnerable. Boaz's character exemplified the ideals of the guardian redeemer. He acted with righteousness and compassion, demonstrating a genuine concern for Ruth's well-being.
His actions served as a testament to his noble character and his commitment to upholding the values of his community. His kindness and generosity shone brightly in his interactions with Ruth.
Ruth's unwavering loyalty to Naomi was a defining characteristic of her personality and a testament to the depth of their relationship. She had willingly left her own homeland and family to accompany Naomi back to Bethlehem, demonstrating a profound commitment to her mother-in-law's well-being.
This act of devotion set Ruth apart as a woman of exceptional character. Ruth's loyalty extended beyond mere companionship. She actively sought to provide for Naomi, taking on the arduous task of gleaning in the fields to ensure their survival.
Her willingness to work tirelessly demonstrated her dedication to Naomi's welfare and her determination to overcome their challenging circumstances. Ruth's actions spoke volumes about her character.
Ruth's loyalty to Naomi was not simply a familial obligation, but a reflection of a deep bond of love and respect. She consistently prioritized Naomi's needs above her own, demonstrating a selfless devotion that transcended cultural boundaries.
Ruth's character shone brightly through her acts of love and service. Ruth's unwavering loyalty served as a source of strength and comfort for Naomi during a time of profound grief and loss.
Her presence offered a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak landscape. Ruth's steadfast devotion was a constant reminder of the enduring power of love and loyalty.
Naomi returned to Bethlehem, and bitterness filled her heart. Famine had driven her family away. Now a widow, she returned with empty arms. Her husband and sons were gone. Life had dealt her a cruel blow. She felt abandoned and alone. Bethlehem, once a symbol of hope, now seemed a place of sorrow. Her journey back was a testament to her loss.
My daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth, accompanied me. They had shared my grief and loss. They had also witnessed my unwavering faith. The journey was arduous and emotional. Each step brought us closer to my past. It also symbolized a new beginning for us all.
Naomi urged her daughters-in-law to return to their families. Orpah, heartbroken, eventually turned back. Ruth, however, refused to leave Naomi's side.
Where you go, I will go. I pledge my life to your care.
Ruth's decision marked a turning point in both their lives. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi was remarkable. She left her homeland and her family. She embraced Naomi's God and her people. Her commitment was unwavering. She pledged to stay by Naomi's side, no matter what.
Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay.
Ruth's loyalty was a beacon of hope in Naomi's despair. In a time when women had limited choices, Ruth's decision was bold. It defied societal norms and expectations. She chose love and loyalty over security and familiarity. Ruth's courage and devotion were truly inspiring. Ruth's promise to Naomi was not merely words. She worked tirelessly to provide for them both. She gleaned in the fields, gathering leftover grain. Her humility and hard work were admirable. Ruth's actions demonstrated the depth of her loyalty. They speak to the power of love and commitment. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi was a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. Her story continues to inspire us to embrace love, loyalty, and compassion. Her legacy is one of unwavering devotion and enduring hope. Ruth, driven by necessity and loyalty, gleaned in the fields. She picked up the leftover grain after the harvesters. The sun beat down on her back. Her hands worked tirelessly. She was determined to provide for Naomi and herself.
The fields of Bethlehem were a tapestry of golden barley. The harvest season was a time of abundance and provision.
Boaz, a wealthy landowner, owned the field where Ruth gleaned. He noticed Ruth's diligence and humility.
Leave extra grain for her, ensure she is treated with respect and kindness.
Boaz saw her not as a stranger, but as a woman deserving of compassion. His actions demonstrated his righteous character. Boaz, a man of standing in Bethlehem, noticed Ruth. He observed her diligence and humility as she gleaned. He saw her quiet strength and unwavering devotion to Naomi. He was moved by her plight and her character. He recognized her as a woman of worth. Boaz's compassion was stirred.
Who is this woman?
Boaz inquired about Ruth's identity. He learned of her loyalty to Naomi. He was impressed by her selfless commitment. He admired her willingness to work hard. He recognized her as a woman of noble character.
Offer her refreshment and protection, treat her with respect.
Boaz extended kindness to Ruth. His generosity was a testament to his character. He saw Ruth not as a stranger, but as someone deserving of care. Boaz's actions demonstrated his deep faith. Boaz's kindness went beyond mere charity. It was an act of redemption. It offered Ruth a glimmer of hope in her difficult circumstances. Boaz's compassion was a reflection of God's love. It was a turning point in Ruth's life, leading her towards a destiny filled with love and redemption. Boaz, moved by compassion for Ruth, sought to secure her future. He knew of a closer kinsman who held the right of redemption. According to custom, this kinsman had the first right to marry Ruth and redeem Naomi's land. Boaz, a man of integrity, was determined to follow the proper procedures.
I must approach the town gate where legal matters are settled.
His heart was filled with a sense of purpose. The town gate buzzed with activity. Boaz gathered the elders as witnesses. He wanted to ensure the process was transparent and lawful.
Elders, I need your presence to witness this matter.
Boaz presented the situation to the closer kinsmen. He explained Naomi's need and Ruth's plight. He offered the kinsman the opportunity to fulfill his duty.
I see the opportunity to acquire Naomi's land.
The closer kinsman initially expressed interest. However, when he realized it also meant marrying Ruth, a Moabitess, he declined.
I cannot marry Ruth. It would jeopardize my inheritance.
Boaz was now free to pursue his desire to marry Ruth. His heart was filled with hope and anticipation. The closer kinsman's refusal was a pivotal moment. It paved the way for Boaz to act as the redeemer. He willingly accepted the responsibility. He was ready to marry Ruth and redeem Naomi's land.
I will redeem Naomi's land and marry Ruth.
The removal of the sandal was a symbolic act. It signified the transfer of rights and responsibilities. The closer kinsman removed his sandal and gave it to Boaz. This act finalized the transaction.
Here is my sandal, Boaz. The rights and responsibilities are now yours.
Boaz declared his intention to marry Ruth. He spoke with conviction and sincerity. He affirmed his commitment to both Ruth and Naomi.
I will marry Ruth and care for Naomi. They will be part of my family.
The elders and the community rejoiced. They witnessed a righteous act of redemption. They celebrated Boaz's generosity and Ruth's faithfulness. The town gate became a place of celebration. It was a testament to the power of love and compassion. The exchange of the sandal marked a new beginning for Ruth and Naomi. Boaz and Ruth's marriage was a testament to God's faithfulness. It was a union born out of compassion, loyalty, and redemption. It defied societal norms and expectations.
Ruth, you are a woman of strength and integrity. I cherish you deeply.
Their wedding was a joyous occasion. The community celebrated their union. They recognized the hand of God in bringing them together. Their love story was a beacon of hope in a world often filled with hardship and despair. Their union was a symbol of hope and new beginnings. The birth of Obed, a new beginning.
I gave birth to a son, Obed. He was a symbol of hope and new beginnings.
His birth brought immense joy to both Boaz and Ruth. He represented the fulfillment of God's promise.
I rejoiced at the birth of my grandson. He filled the void left by the loss of my own sons.
Obed became a source of comfort and hope. He represented the continuation of their lineage. Naomi's bitterness turned to joy.
I embraced my role as Obed's grandmother.
The community celebrated Obed's birth. They recognized him as a gift from God. They saw in him a symbol of hope and redemption. Obed's arrival marked a new chapter in the story of Ruth and Boaz. Naomi's joy from bitterness to blessing.
My heart, once filled with bitterness, overflowed with joy. The birth of Obed brought healing and restoration.
Obed became a source of comfort and hope. Naomi's journey from despair to joy was a testament to God's faithfulness.
I had returned to Bethlehem empty and heartbroken. I felt abandoned and alone.
The birth of Obed marked a turning point. It was a symbol of God's redemptive power. Naomi's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail.
I embraced my role as Obed's grandmother. I showered him with love and affection.
Naomi's love for Obed was a reflection of God's love. It was a testament to the power of family and connection.
My story is an inspiration to us all. It reminds us that even in the midst of loss and hardship, God is present.
Naomi's journey is a testament to the transformative power of faith and hope. The lineage of hope, from Perez to David. Obed grew into a strong and righteous man. He carried the legacy of his parents, Boaz and Ruth. He became a respected member of the community. He was known for his integrity and wisdom. Obed's life was a testament to the impact of his parents' faith. Obed became the father of Jesse. Jesse, in turn, became the father of David. David, a shepherd boy, would rise to become the greatest king of Israel. He was known for his courage, wisdom, and devotion to God. David's lineage traced back to Boaz and Ruth. The lineage from Perez to David is a testament to God's faithfulness. It demonstrates his plan of redemption unfolding through generations. Their story is a reminder that even seemingly small acts of kindness and obedience can have a profound impact on the world. A legacy of love and redemption. Ruth's enduring impact. Ruth's story is a timeless tale of love, loyalty, and redemption. It transcends cultural and historical boundaries. It continues to inspire readers centuries later. Her unwavering devotion to Naomi is a testament to the power of human connection. Ruth's legacy is one of enduring hope and unwavering faith. Ruth's decision to follow Naomi to Bethlehem was a bold act of faith. She left behind everything she knew. She embraced a new land, a new culture, and a new God. Ruth's story encourages us to step out in faith, even when the future is uncertain. Ruth's story is a reminder that God sees and cares for the marginalized and the vulnerable. She was a foreigner, a widow, and a gleaner, yet God used her in a mighty way. Ruth's legacy continues to inspire us today. Her story reminds us of the importance of love, loyalty, and compassion. It encourages us to embrace faith and hope, even in the midst of adversity.